Happening now, $24 million to enhance New York's electric grid. And Attorney General James releases annual Pennies for Charity report. Plus, New York State partners with HelloFresh to distribute meals to veterans.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us at Western New York News Now. I'm Lee Kane Jr. Those stories and more coming up, but first, Jacob A. Felt, 37 of Celeron, was charged on November 27, 2023 for allegedly harassing a 16-year-old male, inducing fear for his safety through threats. The incident unfolded on November 17th, leading to Felt's arrest. He is currently under custody and awaiting arraignment at the county jail. The case is set to proceed at the town of Bust-I court at a later date. The charges include harassment in the second degree and endangering the welfare of a child. Authorities have not disclosed further details, and the status of the case remains open. Well, in other news, in the early hours of November 23, 2023, Lakewood Bust-I police patrolling Bust-I Sugar Grove Road observed a vehicle exceeding the speed limit. The driver, identified as Denton B. Holthouse of Clymer, New York, was subsequently stopped. Allegedly operating the vehicle under the influence, Holthouse, 27, was arrested on charges of DWI, aggravated DWI with a blood alcohol content of 0.18% or higher, speeding in a restricted zone, and driving with an expired inspection. The arrest took place at approximately 12:31 a.m., and Holthouse is set to appear in the town of Bust-I court to address the charges. Well, in other news, the Dunkirk Fire Department swiftly responded to a structure fire at 85 East 2nd Street at 6:50 p.m. on November 27, 2023. Firefighters arrived to find a second floor ablaze in apartment B, prompting the evacuation of all residents before their arrival. The fire, localized at the bedroom, was promptly extinguished with a deployed hose line. 2 adjacent apartments were evacuated as a precaution. Despite heavy damage to the apartment of origin, no injuries were reported. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Mutual aid was provided by the East Dunkirk Fire Department. Michael D. Edwards Jr., the fire chief, oversees the ongoing investigation into the incident. Well, in other news, on Friday, October 13, 2023, at approximately 8:40 p.m., Nicholas M. Rich was recklessly driving a vehicle at a high rate of speed while under the influence of alcohol when he caused a collision with another vehicle at the intersection of Broadway and Schwartz Road in the town of Lancaster. The driver and 1 passenger of the other vehicle were taken to ECMC with physical injuries. A second passenger, a 10-year-old boy, was fatally injured in the crash and pronounced dead at St. Joseph's campus. The defendant was also transported to ECMC with injuries. Nicholas M. Rich faces a maximum of 25 years in prison when he is sentenced on Tuesday, January 30, 2024 at 10 a.m. He continues to be held without bail. DA Flynn commends Detective Lieutenant Sean Domino and the Lancaster Police Department Accident Investigation Unit for their work in this investigation. The case was prosecuted by Assistant District Attorney Bethany A. Solik of the Vehicular Crimes Bureau. As WNY News Now continues, historic ouster of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy witnessed by a Hamburg resident. And later, Attorney General James releases annual Pennies for Charity report. Stay with us as WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights. Vests.
Please, give us some room.
Slow down. Slow down and move over.
When you need help,
It's our job
To help you.
to save you.
despite the danger.
this danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please.
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
Move over.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Governor Kathy Hochul revealed that New York has secured a federal grant of almost $24 million to reinforce and modernize the state's electric grid aimed at mitigating the impacts of extreme weather and natural disasters. The Grid Resilience and Tribal Formula Grant, part of the federal bipartisan infrastructure law, will play a crucial role in ensuring the reliability of New York's power sector infrastructure while facilitating access to affordable and clean electricity for its residents. The announcement is a significant stride towards achieving the Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act's target of transitioning to 100% zero-emission electricity by 2040. The New York State Energy Research and Development Authority, also known as NYSERDA, acting on behalf of the state, successfully applied for the grant from the U.S. Department of Energy, the DOE. The funds, which will be administered over a 2-year period with the possibility of extension for 3 additional years, will undergo a competitive selection process beginning in the first quarter of 2024. The selected projects will align with several key objectives, including storm hardening to enhance grid resilience against disruptive events, development of predictive analytics for early detection of system issues, and a commitment to climate justice by reducing carbon emissions and directing benefits to underserved communities. NYSERDA's goals also encompass ensuring energy affordability through optimized resource utilization, addressing inadequate electricity distribution infrastructure, and fostering job creation. These efforts will contribute to an inclusive and sustainable clean energy workforce. New York joins 8 other states and 5 tribal nations in being awarded a combined total of $125 million as part of the 7th cohort of Grid Resilience State and Tribal Formula grants. To meet the DOE's grant requirements, the state will provide a 15% matching fund through the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative. The funds, distributed over 5 years, follow a formula accounting for factors such as population size, land area, disruptive event probability, and historical mitigation expenditures. Projects prioritized will be those offering the most significant community benefit in delivering clean, affordable, and reliable energy. Governor Hochul emphasized the ongoing partnership with the federal government, emphasizing the positive impact of such collaborations in fortifying the state's infrastructure against the escalating challenges posed by climate change. The funding injection is expected to propel New York towards a future powered by clean and resilient energy. For more information, interested parties can visit NYSERDA's website and the Grid Deployment Office's website. Well, in other news, Mary Stockman, a double major in criminal justice and law and justice from Hamburg, New York, sees a unique opportunity to observe history in the making as events unfolded following Representative Matt Gaetz' motion to vacate the chair of the House of Representatives on October 2nd. Stockman, alongside a fellow intern, was sent to the House Chamber Gallery on October 3rd by her internship supervisor. The motion, a rare occurrence, triggered speculation among staffers that McCarthy's removal could be a reality. In an unexpected turn of events, a small group of House Republicans joined forces with 208 Democrats, marking the first time in American history that a House Speaker was ousted through a no-confidence vote. The ensuing 3 weeks were marked by political turmoil as Republicans grappled with electing a new Speaker, threatening the specter of another government shutdown. Concerned about the potential impact on her internship, Stockman, not classified as an essential employee, feared an early end to her service. However, a new Speaker, Mike Johnson, spearheaded a continuing resolution that passed on November 15th, ensuring the continuity of Stockman's internship and averting a government shutdown. Expressing gratitude for the opportunity, Stockman credited SUNY Plattsburgh faculty, particularly Dr. John McMahon, Associate Professor of Political Science, for informing her about the SUNY Washington Internship Program. The program's unique feature of allowing her to pay in-state tuition while residing in Washington, D.C., coupled with lodging provided near the Supreme Court, made the internship financially viable. Stockman's responsibilities span answering constituent calls, attending congressional committee hearings, and monitoring media for mentions of Congressman Brian Higgins. Her schedule comprises office duties from Monday to Thursday, with Fridays dedicated to a seminar class and exploring government interactions in D.C. with fellow interns. Beyond her legislative work, Stockman has had the opportunity to visit iconic institutions such as the Library of Congress, Supreme Court, State Department, Pentagon, NASA, the White House Gardens, and various Smithsonian museums. Looking ahead, Stockman, set to graduate in spring 2024, envisions joining the U.S. Navy with aspirations to work in intelligence. While contemplating a potential run for office in the future, she remains focused on planning the next 5 years of her career. Well, in other news, New York Attorney General Letitia James has released the latest installment of the Pennies for Charity report, shedding light on the state of charitable giving in 2022. The report, based on data submitted to the Charities Bureau by professional fundraisers, indicates a notable decrease in charitable donations compared to the previous year. In 2022, charitable giving campaigns raised over $1.4 billion, marking a decrease of more than 10% from 2021. The report highlights the crucial role of professional fundraisers who garnered a substantial $347 million in fees and expenses, nearly a quarter of the total charitable donations. The report identifies a positive shift in funds reaching the intended charities, with organizations receiving 77% of donations, up from 73% in 2021. Despite this improvement, challenges persist, as 48% of campaigns saw charities receiving less than half of the fundraise, and in 17%, expenses exceeded revenue, costing charities over $11 million. In the face of these challenges, Attorney General James emphasizes the importance of transparency in charitable operations. She states, New Yorkers who would generously donate to charities should do so without any fear of their money being misappropriated or mishandled. The report coincides with Giving Tuesday in the holiday season, offering essential tips to protect donors from potential scams. Among the suggestions, the report advises individuals to inquire about telemarketers' affiliations, verify the legitimacy of direct mail appeals, and exercise caution when donating online. Donors are urged to confirm the security of websites, be wary of email solicitations, and ensure proper authorization from charities when contributing via online platforms. The impact of the pandemic is evident in the report, as charitable giving faced a decline of approximately $221 million from 2021 revenues. However, the resilience of New York's diverse charitable organizations remains a focal point, with the report aiming to fortify public trust in the donation process. As the holiday season approaches, the Attorney General's office remains committed to safeguarding New Yorkers from fraud and upholding transparency within charitable organizations. Donors are encouraged to refer to the report and the searchable Pennies for Charity database on the Charities Bureau website for comprehensive information on specific campaigns and additional guidance. Well, coming up next, New York State partners with HelloFresh to distribute meals to veterans. But first, we return with a look at our full weather forecast.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. Lake effect snow warnings remain in place until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning for Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, Southern Erie, and Wyoming County in western New York, as well as Erie, Crawford, and Warren County in Pennsylvania. We also have a winter weather advisory in place also until Wednesday morning for Allegheny County and McKean County in Pennsylvania. Within the lake effect snow warning, another additional 6 to 10 inches of snow will be possible within the most persistent lake effect snow bands, and then within the advisory area, another 4 to 6 inches of snow will be possible through Wednesday. Here's some of those snowfall total reports for the past 24 hours, with most of the snow falling in southern Erie County. East Aurora, 16.5 inches of snow. Hamburg, 15.2 inches of snow. DeWittville, 13.5 inches. Silver Creek at a foot of snow. Mayville, 10.5 inches of snow. And here in Jamestown, just under 6 inches of snow at 5.8. These snowfall totals were as of early this afternoon, and will continue to add some more snow to these totals before this lake effect snow event is all said and done. Almanac for today made it to a high of 37 degrees. Yesterday, the city of Jamestown, our low was 22. The records for today, 71 set back in 1990. The record low of -5 set back in 1904. So here's future scan through the overnight hours. Multiple lake effect snow bands will continue across the southern tier, continuing to spray snow across the southern tier, but then become one big band as we head into tomorrow morning. That band will start to move northward into Erie County and continue to move northward through the rest of tomorrow afternoon up until Canada before it comes back down back across the Buffalo Metro by tomorrow evening. By tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, that lake effect snow band will really begin to weaken. Snowfall totals will be lesser than it was the past 24 hours. Then heading in Wednesday night into Thursday, lake effect snow pretty much completely comes to an end. That's going to leave us with a mainly dry day for Thursday. Here's future snowfall totals on top of what we already have through Wednesday evening. Generally another 3 to 6 inches of snow possible across the southern tier, northwestern Pennsylvania. Chautauqua Ridge could see another 6 to 8 inches of snow, but the highest snowfall totals over the next 48 hours through Thursday will be across southern Erie County, Gowanda, Springville area, where another 10 to 12 inches of snow will still be possible before this lake effect snow comes to an end. Here's your forecast in full detail for your Wednesday tomorrow. Lake effect snow will weaken and then shift northward outside of that lake effect snow, partly to mostly cloudy skies. High temperatures ranging from upper 20s to the lower 30s. The rest of that 7-day outlook from Ultimate Solutions, so lake effect snow completely comes to an end by Thursday, leaving us with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Friday will bring in a chance for mainly some rain showers on Friday, although the higher elevations could see some wet snowflakes. Heading into the weekend, Saturday is looking mainly dry, partly to mostly cloudy skies, which is good for all the Christmas activities taking place in downtown Jamestown. Heading into Sunday, we'll bring in a chance for some more rain showers Sunday and into early Monday of next week. Temperatures over the weekend generally in the low to mid 40s with upper 40s for early next week on Monday.
Andrew, thank you. Well, Governor Kathy Hochul celebrated the ongoing success of an initiative aimed at distributing meals to veterans, service members, and their families in New York. The program is a collaborative effort between the New York State Department of Veteran Services and HelloFresh, the world's leading meal kit delivery company. Launched to address exacerbated food insecurity during the COVID-19 pandemic, the initiative extends the impact of the successful Nourish New York initiative, which strives to reduce food insecurity and support food producers across the state. Since its inception, the program has distributed more than 1.4 million healthy meals, including thousands of meal kits for the Thanksgiving holiday. Our veterans, service members, and their families have sacrificed for our nation, and the state of New York will forever be thankful for their service, Governor Hochul stated. This partnership works to reduce food insecurity for those who have served us while supporting the food producer industry across the state. For Thanksgiving this year, HelloFresh donated 1,300 turkeys along with 1,000 additional meal kits containing sweet potatoes, white potatoes, broccoli, and cranberries. Additionally, 1,000 chicken meal kits were provided. These kits were distributed with the assistance of the New York City Department of Veteran Services to more than a dozen organizations for veterans and military families to enjoy during the holiday. Amazon Incorporated affiliates Cazares Logistics and Twin Woods Transportation also contributed by donating their services for the delivery of these meal kits. The Veterans Feeding Veterans Initiative, launched in June 2020, addresses the elevated food insecurity faced by veterans and military families, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic. This impact was magnified as many veterans could not leave their homes due to vulnerable health conditions. The program has proven to be a vital lifeline for veterans in various regions of New York, including New York City, the North Country, and Western New York. Volunteers from Black Veterans for Social Justice and the Campaign Against Hunger pack and assemble in HelloFresh meal kits each week in New York City. These kits are then distributed with the organizational assistance of the New York City Department of Veteran Services. The program represents a collaborative effort to provide essential support for veterans and their families facing food insecurity. The New York State Department of Veteran Services, established in 1945, serves as the state's advocacy agency for veterans, service members, and military families. The department offers support in various practice areas, including claims and appeals for benefits from the United States Department of Veteran Affairs. Veterans, service members, and military families are encouraged to contact the department for assistance. The New York City Department of Veteran Services focuses on connecting, mobilizing, and empowering the city's veteran community. They provide support on issues such as employment, housing, food security, well-being, benefits, culture, and targeted advocacy. Well, coming up next, National Grid bolsters staffing and preposition crews for severe winter weather.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
If you want to speak truth to the masses, make it funny for the classes.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza. Yes!
Make a plan today.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
As upstate New York braces for its first substantial snowfall of the season, National Grid, a leading energy provider, is ramping up preparations to mitigate potential impacts on the region's power supply. Weather forecasts predict significant lake-effect snowfall and moderate winds from Monday evening through Wednesday morning, with the Lake Erie shoreline, inland areas, and regions east of Lake Ontario expected to bear the brunt of the winter weather. In alignment with its commitment to public safety, National Grid has extended employee work shifts and strategically stationed crews across central, northern, and western New York. The company emphasizes its readiness to address any potential disruptions to the energy delivery system. To enhance customer safety during the storm, National Grid offers the following reminders. Customers experiencing power outages can expedite restoration by notifying National Grid online. Generator users should operate equipment outdoors to prevent the buildup of carbon monoxide and disconnect from National Grid's system by shutting off the main breaker. Individuals relying on electrically powered life support equipment are encouraged to register as life support customers. Keep flashlights, batteries, and electronic devices charged before the storm. Exercise extreme caution near down power lines, always assuming they carry live electricity. Avoid contact with individuals or objects in proximity to down lines. Approach fallen trees with caution as power lines may be entangled. Steer clear of water in areas where power lines may have fallen, as water can conduct electricity. National Grid also encourages customers to stay informed and connected by signing up for personalized alerts, reporting outages via text, and accessing real-time power outage information through their website. In the event of a power outage, the company advises against using candles and recommends using flashlights or battery-powered lights instead. Additionally, customers are urged to check on vulnerable individuals, such as the elderly, who may require assistance during an outage. For more detailed storm and safety information and to stay updated on outage status, customers can visit National Grid's Outage Central's website. Well, that's going to be it for us today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it today for free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We're also on Channel 716 on Roku and at Channel716.com. Thank you for watching.